even though there might be castle doctrine, and even though there might be stand your ground, or even though there might be make my day laws, if you can create a little bit of distance between yourself and someone else, does that help your case or hurt your case? I think it helps. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are. By the way, if we say the word retreat, let's say we use that word, okay? We use that word. Give me a number. How far do I have to move to constitute retreat? What's the number? What's the number in the, yeah, how much?
One step.
Yeah, a step. A step. Let's cut to the video. There's the video. And what do we see on the video? Here's me trying, there it is. Box check. I tried to do what? I tried to get a little bit more distance. I tried to get away. He didn't let me get away. Does that work in my favor? Yeah, that works in my favor. Dramatically works in my favor. How many of you guys have ever heard the acronym before? CYA. Who's heard of that? You guys ever heard that? In many circles, right? Most circles, CYA stands for cover your ass. Yes? We teach it a little bit differently to us. CYA stands for can you articulate? Can you articulate? Can you explain to me? Can you convince me why you did what you did? Can you articulate why you were forced into a position to do whatever it was you had to do? And if it's a case of I was trying to create greater distance, I was trying to get away from that person, I was trying to protect myself, and all I want to do is to just have this encounter end as quickly as humanly possible, that's a good thing. That's going to work in your favor. We'll talk about emotion and how this plays into this whole craziness in a little bit here. Questions on this castle doctrine thing? Any questions on that at all? All right.
Does Nevada have it?
No, not specifically. So we don't have a provision that's
Not
written
like
in that
Florida.
says, here's Nevada's provision on castle doctrine. I'll put it this way. The best way to think of whether a state does or doesn't have it is that states are guilty of passing laws that essentially are already covered or already exist. So every single state, California, you guys said, right? California, Washington, right? New Mexico. Every state has a law. You've had it on your books for years. I mean decades. And the law for driving is called what? Full attention. Yeah? But every state also passed a can't text and drive law. Right? So you already had full attention law, but they felt compelled to say, oh, and you can't text. But it was already covered by that component right there. So the castle thing, even though a state might not have a specific provision on the books that says, here's how this thing works, and clarifying it, it may already exist. And on that note, while we're talking about it, what percentage of law would you guys say is proactive or reactive? And what do I mean by that? I mean, how often do you guys think that lawmakers sit around and say, hey, you know, if something like this one day happened, we should put a law on the books so we're covered if that happens? Or do you think it's not the case? It's something bad does happen that creates a big stink and that leads to a law. Oftentimes what? Named after a person. Who's seen that? Those of you guys who are local here in Nevada, we are voting going on right now, and Marcy's Law is a big thing that's on the ballot, and we're voting on it. You guys understand that? This castle thing, I was just down in, where the hell was it? Arkansas. Their castle doctrine is the funniest thing you've ever read. It's ridiculous. They have written it in such a way that you can't get jammed up by it. So it says in Arkansas that you have a duty to retreat. You have a duty to retreat. How many of you guys think for a state like Arkansas that sounds, what? Really? Arkansas says you have a duty to retreat? Really? But it goes on. And it says you have a duty to retreat if you have absolute, and that's the key word, absolute certainty you can do it with no risk to yourself. So think about that for a moment. I have a duty to retreat if I have absolute certainty. So if I took one step back that I could sprain my ankle, then I don't have to retreat. So it tells me that I have to retreat, but I only have to retreat if I'm absolutely certain that I won't get hurt in the process. If I take a step back and my feelings get hurt, I guess I'm covered. So, a little bit bizarre there, a little bit slippery. Anyway, know what the law is.